Since 1921, White Castle has been serving up sliders, and since childhood, Chris Henry has associated those sliders with some of life's happiest moments.
Tonight, Heidi Wigdahl introduces us to the newest inductee to White Castle's Cravers Hall of Fame.
Home is where the castle is. At least that's the sentiment for some cravers of the square sliders.
I was in about, I would say kindergarten, first grade, and my mother and a girlfriend had piled all of us children in a car and taken us to the White Castle down in Minneapolis. It was a little house at the time, ordered about 30 burgers. And I remember just laughing, all of us kids were like, who's going to eat 30 burgers? And from there, I was hooked.
Chris Henry can now call herself a White Castle Cravers Hall of Famer. She's one of 11 now part of the 2022 class reserved for the fast food chain's biggest fans.
I submitted an essay, and I never in a million years would have thought, but here I am.
Tuesday, inductees celebrated in Columbus, Ohio, White Castle's headquarters.
This is the best. I feel like I've won the Masters. We have received the White Castle Blue Coat, and we were just given that today as part of our inductee ceremony.
The pickle on top of a lifelong Cravers story that helped Chris find her home.
My husband and I, at the time, were looking for our together home, and we live in Forest Lake now, and he knows this now, but part of my decision with Patient was the fact that there's a White Castle in Forest Lake.
Home where the castle is.
Minnesotans are no stranger to the honor. In fact, 2 Minnesotans made it into the Cravers Hall of Fame last year. Entries for next year's class aren't open yet, but when it's time to submit, you can do so on the White Castle website. In Forest Lake, I'm Heidi Wigdahl, KARE 11 News.